Be me, 29F, Director of Spatial Harmony and Eco-Social Integration at Titanium Zenith Construction. Undergraduate in Interpretive Dance, Masters in Post-Colonial Urban Theory. Resume is a masterpiece of buzzwords, holistic zoning, emotional architecture, non-binary spaces. Hired by the CEO, a guilt-ridden billionaire trying to greenwash his legacy. He wants the new HQ to be a beacon of progressive humanity. I am the lighthouse keeper. My job is to ensure the building process respects the trauma of the land and the feelings of the workers. Arrive at the site, 8 a.m. It's a sensory nightmare. Diesel fumes, shouting, the screech of metal on metal. The energy is aggressively masculine, it's violent. I see the skeleton of the skyscraper rising. It's just a grid, rigid squares. Hard lines. A giant cage imposing its will on the skyline. It lacks flow, it lacks consent. Enter the site trailer. Smells like stale tobacco and mud. Meet the foreman. Let's call him Butch. 58M, hands like catcher's mitts. Skin like leather. Has been building skyscrapers since the 80s. Looked at my LinkedIn profile once and laughed. He's looking at blueprints with a frown. Morning sunshine. Put your PPE on. We're pouring concrete on level 12. I sip my turmeric tonic. Actually, Butch, I'm pausing the pour. Butch stops chewing his toothpick, slowly turns. You're doing what? I reviewed the site aura. The energy is frantic. The workers are stressed. Concrete holds memory. Butch. If we pour while stressed, the building will radiate anxiety forever. Butch stares at me. His eyes are void of soul. Just calculations and structural loads. The concrete trucks are already dispatched. They have a 90-minute cure window. If we don't pour, I lose $40,000 of material and chip hammer the drums. Money is a construct. Emotional resonance is eternal. I walk out. He follows, face red. I gather the crew. 200 burly guys covered in dust. Listen up. We are taking a 30-minute grounding session. Connect with the earth beneath the foundation. They look at Butch. Butch looks at his watch. Vein in forehead, throbbing. He signals them to cut the engines. Silence falls. I feel powerful. I just stopped the machine. The concrete hardens in the trucks. Butch has to send them away. He doesn't yell, he just lights a cigarette and stares at the horizon. That toxic stoicism. He's repressing so much. Week 2. I present my Soft Skyline initiative to the board. Slides are gorgeous, watercolor textures. Why must buildings be phallic? I ask. Why must they pierce the clouds? Why not caress them? The CEO is nodding, he's weeping slightly. We need to rethink the structural integrity not as resistance but as acceptance. I propose removing the cross-bracing steel beams on the facade. The X shape is exclusionary. It says, "Do not enter." It's a negative symbol. We replace them with spiraling bamboo composite weaves. Butch is in the back of the room. He stands up. The cross-bracing resists wind shear. This is Chicago. The wind hits at 90 miles per hour. Bamboo weave will snap like a twig. I smile comfortably. Butch, you're thinking in terms of conflict. The wind only destroys what resists it. If the building yields, the wind passes through. It's a 60-story building. It can't yield or it falls over. Not with that attitude. The board votes. They love the sustainability angle. Bamboo is in. Steel is out. Butch is stripped of design authority. He is demoted to logistics coordinator. I am promoted to head of visionary execution. Month 2, the site is transformed. No more yelling. I replaced the air horns with Tibetan singing bowls for break times. Productivity is down 45%, but happiness based on my self-reported surveys is up. We start installing the bamboo composites. They look beautiful, organic. Weak. The engineers union guys, fresh out of college, afraid of getting cancelled, sign off on it. They use words like experimental load distribution. Butch is in the supply yard. He's counting bolts. I walk by. Looks much less aggressive, doesn't it, Butch? He doesn't look up. You're using grade 5 bolts on the flange connections. Yes, the grade 8S looked too industrial. The zinc coating on the 5S has a warmer hue. Butch stops counting. Grade 5 shears at 120,000 psi. The wind load on floor 40 will exceed that in a thunderstorm. always the catastrophic thinker. You manifest what you fear, Butch. I manifest physics, lady. It's director. He spits on the ground. I note this is a microaggression in his HR file. Month 4. We are at floor 50. The building is swaying. Even on a calm day. The workers call it the drunk tower. I call it dynamic living. The elevators keep getting stuck because the shafts are warping. I tell the elevator team to widen the tolerances. Embrace the imperfection. We have a budget meeting. We are over budget because of the bamboo import costs. I need to cut costs. I look at the fire suppression system. Ugly red pipes everywhere. Ruining the feng shui. Do we really need sprinklers in the atrium? It's an open space. The fire marshal is a guy named Dave. Boomer. Yes. Code requires it. Code is just history's way of controlling the future. We'll use a misting system. Essential oils. Lavender inhibits flame. Dave looks at Butch. Butch just shakes his head. Don't look at me. I just count the trucks. Dave refuses to sign off. I petition the city council. I frame it as eco-innovative hydration defense. They grant a variance because the mayor wants the greenest building photo op. We rip out the heavy pipes. Install the misting system. The atrium looks airy and free. Month 6. Topping off ceremony. The final beam is placed. Traditionally, it's a steel beam signed by the crew. I replaced it with a recycled glass sculpture representing transparency. It weighs 4 tons. We hoist it up. The crane operator, Miller, radios down. Wind is picking up. Gusts at 40 knots. The load is swinging. I grab the radio. Miller, do not put negative energy into the air. Center yourself. Lower the sculpture. Director, the wind doesn't care about my center, it's pushing the boom. Lower it. The press is watching. He lowers it. It bangs against the side of the building. A distinct serac echoes, not the glass. The building, the bamboo bracing on floor 58 splintered. Just a cosmetic issue, I tell myself. We bolt the sculpture down. Everyone claps. I give a speech about how we defeated the patriarchy of gravity. Butch is standing by the construction elevator. He has a parachute bag over his shoulder. Leaving early? I smirk. I'm not riding that elevator down. I'm taking the stairs. And I'm not coming back tomorrow. Quitter. The grand opening. November. Chicago autumn. The forecast says severe winds. Typical media fear-mongering. We have 500 guests on the 60th floor Sky Lounge, floor-to-ceiling glass. No visible support columns, they blocked the view, so I had them removed and replaced with tension cables. The vibe is electric. Vegan canapes. A DJ playing ambient whale sounds. The CEO is making a toast to the zenith. A building that breathes, the building groans. Loudly. Like a dying whale. The champagne in the glasses is tilting, not sloshing, tilting. Because the floor is tilting, I laugh nervously. The building is adjusting to our presence. It's welcoming us. A waiter slides past me, unintentionally. He slides downhill towards the window. The window frames are screaming. I see the grade 5 bolts. They are popping. Pie-bang. Ping. Ping. Like bullets. One bolt flies off and shatters a $40,000 ice sculpture of a polar bear. The head of the bear falls off. Symbolism. The CEO looks at me. Is this normal? It's avant-garde physics. Suddenly, the wind hits. A gust. 70 miles per hour. The bamboo bracing on the exterior creates a harmonic frequency. The building starts to vibrate. It's humming. A low, terrifying bass note. The cloud ceiling, decorative acoustic foam starts raining down. People are screaming. The lavender misting system activates by mistake. Now everyone is wet, sliding on the tilted floor, smelling like a spa in hell. I pull out my phone, check the Slack channel. Butch is online. Me, Butch, minor oscillation issue. How do we dampen? Butch, you don't. I'm watching from the street. The 40th floor just buckled. The load is transferring to the central core. Me, great. The core will hold. Butch, the core you compromised to put in the meditation nooks? Oh, those nooks. I had them cut into the concrete sheer walls to make space for yoga mats. The sound changes. From a groan to a roar. The glass facade on the north face shatters, thousands of shards rain down on the street. The wind rushes into the lounge. It's a hurricane inside. My wig flies off. The CEO is clinging to a tension cable. "Do something," he screams. I stand up, bracing against the wind. "Everyone, form a circle. Our collective mass will stabilize the floor." Nobody listens. They are crawling towards the stairwell. I try to enter the stairwell. The door is jammed. The frame has warped because the building is twisting. We are trapped. I look at the glass sculpture of transparency. It breaks loose, slides across the floor, smashes through the south window, falls 60 stories. I watch it go. It looks graceful, honestly. Suddenly the building lurches back. It stops swaying. It leans permanently to the left, stopped by the adjacent building. We are leaning against the Prudential Tower like a drunk friend. The structural steel of the other building is holding us up. Patriarchy saves the day again. Disgusting. Firefighters arrive. They have to cut us out. We rappel down ropes. It's humiliating. The press is at the bottom. Cameras flashing. I compose myself. I need to frame the narrative before the logic bros do. The interview. Reporter, director. The building nearly collapsed. What happened? Me, this was an unprecedented climate event. The wind was weaponized by global warming. The building performed heroically by seeking support from its neighbor. It was a communal act of survival. Reporter. The foreman says you replaced load-bearing steel with plastic. Me. The foreman is a disgruntled relic of the industrial age. He doesn't understand material fluidity. Reporter. The building is being condemned. It has to be demolished. Me, demolition is just deconstruction. It's part of the life cycle. The lawsuit. Titanium Zenith sues me. The city sues me. The catering company sues me. Lost a lot of hummus. Court day. I represent myself. My defense strategy: reality is a consensus, and I did not consent to gravity acting this way. The judge is a woman. Finally, an ally. She looks at the evidence, the emails, the vibe checks instead of safety inspections. Judge, you ignored 400 warnings from a licensed structural engineer. Me, I prioritized emotional intelligence over rigid data. Judge, negligence, 10 years probation. $5 million in damages. Banned from managing anything larger than a lemonade stand. The system is rigged. Present day. Be me, 31F, unemployed. Living in a yurt. It's structurally sound because it's a tent. I write a Substack called Concrete Ceilings: How Engineering Gatekeeps Women. 12 subscribers. I see a news report. The site of the Zenith is being rebuilt. They hired Butch back as the lead. He's building a boring, steel, boxy skyscraper. I see him on TV. Reporter, how will you ensure this one stands up? Butch, steel, bolts, math, and no vibes. He takes a drag of his cigarette. The toxicity is palpable. I type a furious comment. Enjoy your soulless prison, fascist. My internet cuts out. Wind blew the antenna down. I should have used better glue. Sip herbal tea. The world just isn't ready for me.